Happy Friday. I hope you had a great week. As always, there's a lot going on. Today is April 8th, 2022, and this is your Friday planning video. There's a lot of movement and planning this time of year, so I wanted to go over a few things I'll be looking to discuss with you in the coming weeks. We've discussed so much over the past 2 years of videos, but I want to get some of this back on your agenda. Some of it will be new discussions for you, and some of it will be revisiting some old conversations. Taxes are due April 18th. April 15th, the normal day, a week from today, is Good Friday this year. So the office and the markets, in addition to post offices and most government offices, are going to be closed. Please do all you can to handle any and all last-minute items by Thursday, April 14th. Monday, the 18th of April, will not be a great day to handle these things. The last 2 years have caused a lot of ups and downs in the personal tax issues, so if you want to review your tax returns with me, I am happy to go over what we can do to adjust to better set you up for your tax position. Remember, I do not give personal tax advice, but I can work with you and your tax advisor to identify tax planning strategies to try to avoid tax surprises in 2023. The next thing to revisit is more of a watch out for this and a coming soon. I spoke about the Secure Act 2.0 a few weeks ago on the Friday video. As you know, it is not passed, nor it has been signed into law. Remember the Schoolhouse Rock reference. Where I think you should pay attention here, required minimum distribution age, the RMD. Recall that this is one of the focuses of this new bill. If you're 72 this year, if you turn 72 this year, let's talk about if you'll need that distribution that under current tax law will be required. If you will not need to take that money out for cash flow purposes, let's plan to wait a bit, take it a little bit more towards the end of the year if nothing's changed. The new law will raise that age again, so you may be able to avoid it again this year. We can also revisit the contribution limits if the bill gets final approval and signed. If you can, you may be able to contribute more to the plans if you're over age 50. Student loan debt, another topic we've touched on throughout the years. This is also not a done deal yet, but it is expected to be extended again. If you have student loans and you've been taking advantage of the suspended loan payments since 2020, expectations are that it will be extended again until August 31st versus the current May 1. Remember, this does not mean you have to stop making payments. You can keep making payments. If you think that it will be forgiven for whatever reason, let's talk about it, but you can keep making payments. And since interest is not being charged at this time, your payments may make a bigger dent in what you owe. Long-term care is another item we want to discuss again this year. There are many ways to address this. They range from whole life with long-term care riders to hybrid long-term care solutions. As many of you are dealing with healthcare costs for you, your spouse, maybe even your parents, the estimated cost of this will knock you out of your seats. So please, let's talk about it. You insure your car, you insure your house. It may be time to discuss insuring some long-term care. Odds that you'll need it are high. They're actually higher than many of the other things you insure against. Speaking of insurance, I've had a number of you retire in recent years and begin to take your company or government pensions. Many more of you are actually taking Social Security. While many of you have these pensions depending on where and when and where you worked, many more of you don't. Recall that a pension is set up to give you permanent income, depending on the agreements with the employers. I'd like to have a conversation about adding a permanent income component to your plan. This is not for everyone, but it may be right for you. I'd like to explore it together. Finally, I want to wrap up on one more insurance topic. Many of you have an annuity or life insurance contracts that you've purchased in the past. I'd like to review these contracts with you and make sure we know exactly where they fit in your financial plan. It's not uncommon to have bought an insurance product long ago and then years later, number one, not remember what it was supposed to do or how it was supposed to work, and number two, not know if it still fits in the plan that you have. When we review this is something that we should discuss. If you have a statement, this is a good time to look for those Q1 statements in the mail or online. Send it to me or bring it to our next meeting. We'll get a good read on what it is and what it is not, and then we'll see where it fits in your plan. That's enough to lay out for you for today. We're in busy times in the market and, of course, in the planning side. So, in general, have a great weekend. Stay safe.